Sacred ground where the whispers flow. Ships of Flint red and yellow, beneath the skies aglow. Crafted shade fade by hand, leaving marks on the dirt. History's bang. Echoes of ancients bleed through the trees. Tales of survival.
Hey everybody, this is a test. I just got some new internet and I am going to try to do a test here. We might biface something or something like that, but it's just a test to see if this this new internet's going to work. So I'm trying to pull it up on my this other phone. Okay, so if I pull it, the picture looks clear on my end. My music went away. Yeah, it looks clear. You guys can see my holy dirty pants. Okay. Hey Tommy Taylor, Alan Coe, Jeff, hey everybody. Got a few people in there. We're going to do some napping. Let me get back to, this is just a test. If you're just coming on, I'm just testing this out to see if it's going to work. The picture does look clear, so that's good. I got this new Starlink system, one of the mobile units, to take on this trip, and that we got coming up, so I can take y'all along, which ought to be pretty fun. Let's see, let's snap this. We were tearing the shop apart today, getting these other saws in here. But with that Starlink, I'm going to be able to take everyone along on this big trip, and it should be a lot of fun. I was talking with my dad last night and planning out different stuff. One of our first stops is going to be down the desert to look around and collect some of that lavic Jasper. So that's going to be the plan there. And hopefully, so I'll show some of that rockhounding and give you all the location, all that stuff. In case you're ever through that area and you want to rockhound some of that stuff. I will be revealing some of those locations. They're not secrets. Y'all see me, I napped some lavic Jasper on here. I'd gotten some of that in the buyout, and I didn't even realize that what it was until I seen Stone Hook nap some of it. Oh, well, dang, that's some of that rock I got. So, it's pretty neat stuff. Small material, but really neat, very Jimmy looking. I just got off the phone with Ralph. I was supposed to be heading over to my dad's, and I was on a hurry to get off the phone with Ralph, and my dad calls and he's come down with the crud too, so that got put off. So I was like, well, I might as well test out this new Wi-Fi. Be pretty cool. Just set up in the window and have Wi-Fi no matter where I go. We'll have Wi-Fi at Glass Buttes. Looking at also going several other places, a couple places in California, and also petrified wood, some other things there in Oregon. I don't know. If you guys got any suggestions, things I should check out, I'll be taking I-40 towards California, and then heading basically straight up California, be going to Central California, be going to the Lavic Jasper spot. There, it's between Needles and Barstow, California is where it's at. Out there in the armpit of the world. I don't know, if you've never been in that area, it's hard to describe it. It has its beauty, but it's also, I like mountains, mountain hills and pine trees and things like that. So anyways, that's the first spot. I'm really interested in it. We've been watching videos and stuff, and be fun. I think you can have 25 pounds a day there, per person, per day. So we might spend a day there, might spend 2 days there. We don't know yet. And then from there, we will head to Central California to collect some soapstone that I used to collect, oh shoot, 35 plus years ago out there. Look at that striped thing right there. Isn't that pretty cool? Bill Taylor. All right, well, I'll talk to Bill Taylor. I think Bill Taylor's been out to that Lavic spot out there, but I will talk to him. So after we leave California with the soapstone, I'm hoping to get and when I used to go there, it wasn't, I was younger, but it wasn't that difficult to dig, you know, to get quite a bit. So in a day or so, I could definitely dig a truckload, I think. And it's some of the most beautiful soapstone you've ever seen in your life. And I wish I had some pictures, but back in the day, like forever ago, there was a guy I've talked to him before about, his name's Jeff Jewett, and he used to carve a lot of that, and it was amazing. So this is a pot lid that we've been burning sage in. Want to see what kind of junk I get to nap? So you think we can get any of that? Whew, it smells like sage. If you get this biface, it's going to smell like sage. It'd be awesome. Actually, I don't even know if there's a biface in this as much as it's cut. I'm sure there is. But I had a better pot lid to use for my sage. So. I actually have people that request pot lids for burning sage or incense, you know, and that kind of stuff. So if you need a pot lid piece for burning sage or something like that, let me know, and I'll put you on a list to save them. I try not to get these, but when they do happen, and they make really nice little bowls for things like that. So this here's Keokuk. Jim, I'm glad you like that Georgetown, buddy. And this is pretty nice stuff. I do have boxes of that available. It is a possibility that we could come to a point once again where there's no longer Georgetown available. And we as nappers get spoiled and we go, you know, get burnt out on a certain rock, and people nap so much Georgetown they get tired of napping it, you know. But I promise you, when it's gone, we're all gonna miss it. I don't know what it'd take to get it, but promise you, if the source runs out, I will do everything I possibly can to try to keep it coming, because I love that Georgetown. Jeff, I absolutely have Novaculite. In fact, I got a load cooling down right now. It's going to come out in the morning. I have an order for some of it right now. I had to rerun this run. That order is going out tomorrow, and there is about 400 pounds coming out of 400 pounds of spalls and nodules coming out tomorrow, and also a bunch of really nice slabs with good color in them. Some of that Novaculite is translucent, some of it's colored. It's a mix. So we're unable to get into the color pit this year. So this color that I have is actually the last of it until can get back in that color pit. And once this is gone, I got about 2,200 pounds of color stuff. But once it's gone, there's no more, and if they can't get into the color pit, then there won't be any color next year either. So the whole rock business thing is just a balancing act all the time, trying to keep sources going. It's not like it's a big, you know, it's Flintnapping. There's not that many of us. That's why it's such a small family, and we all such a tight-knit group, you know. We all watch out for each other and help take care of each other, and you know, it's a great group of people to be in. And but we don't have a lot of bargaining power when it comes to some of this rock stuff. Let's see, what are we looking at now? Here's a piece of obsidian. Obsidian. You know. Let's see. I need a different. I didn't get my tools quite set up before I started here. RJ Forsaken. Hey, buddy. Appreciate you stopping in. Jeff, I'm not sure. I think that the Novaculite was sold out a couple weeks ago, but it should show available now. And I will double check that when I get off here to make sure that that's the case. This looks like, I don't know what this is. A glassy rock, obsidian of some sort or another. It may be silver sheen. We've had these saws putting in work. Oh, I worked poor Jade to death today. And I'm artificially feeling a little better. If you guys watch the other videos, I've been under the weather, and I still am, but I got my steroid pack today, so I got steroid energy right now. I'm feeling pretty good, so I thought, well, I'll go. Told my wife, I said, I'm gonna go try to make a live video. It may last 5 minutes, or it may last an hour. I don't know which. I've been wanting to do some lives, and eventually we will make some points and stuff like that, but I gotta get used to. Holy cow, Alan Cole, thank you very much. That's one of them super chat things that, let me heart that. Thanks, buddy. Alan, I want you to know that's the first one I've ever got. That's pretty cool, thank you. Alan, I just got off the phone with Ralph just before I was out here. Told him, I said, I gotta get off here and get to my dad's. And then my dad calls right after I got off the phone with Ralph and says I'm not feeling good, so we're not gonna do it tonight. So, anyways. But I had a good visit with Ralph. RJ Snyder here on YouTube. Check out his channel. I'll see if I can flip something up there. And yeah, Jim. Prednisone makes you feel like Superman. There ain't no doubt about that. I'll tell you what, all my aches and pains, I feel kind of geetered out. I feel like one of them crackheads, but physically I feel a lot better, and I finally got some energy after last week. But my lungs feel better. And hey, Brennan, how you doing, buddy? So what I got here is I got my tablet set up. Actually, it's that direction. And I have it set up long way so I can actually read the comments pretty well. And I can see what I'm doing here. So it's actually working out really, really well. Hopefully the picture's good and clear. And it's got a little bit of cracked up stuff right in here. We start gathering up all of our stuff for the trip. We are going to leave either on. Hey Zachary, how you doing, bud? Laguna Pueblo. I'll be coming through New Mexico here for too long. The north, I guess, more towards north though, I suppose. Through I-40 anyhow. I'm hoping to make it out to Glass Buttes and at least be there for part of the nap-in. I mean, I'm sure when I go to Glass Buttes, there's going to be people there. I'm sure I'm going to run into, even if it wasn't during the nap-in, I'm going to run into Hemi coons, all that stuff. But right now, we're planning on leaving looking at leaving probably sometime between the 16th and the 18th of next month. And I have decided I will just shut the website off the day before we leave to all new orders. So you won't be, the website will still be there, but you won't be able to order. And the reason for that is because there's going to be people that don't know why I'm not home and why I'm not shipping their stuff, and they will be very upset. So I'd rather just shut the website off for a couple weeks. And to be honest, it's probably going to be, we're going to be gone a minimum of 2 weeks, and we may be gone as long as 3 weeks. I told my dad, this is just a big adventure for my dad to go on, you know. And my dad's in the 70s, and you know, he's got some health issues, and we need to make these trips while we can. So I honestly thought, I started telling the story earlier, and I thought, you know, oh, so you're just off I-40. All right. Huh. Well, I might have to talk about that, Zachary. Ralph? So, my dad made a liar out of me, Ralph. My dad says, we're supposed to be going, I was telling everyone before you just got on here, Ralph, that I'm supposed to be going to my dad's for dinner, and then right after I got the phone with you, my dad called and said that he wasn't feeling well, so we weren't going to do that. But back to my story. You know, I honestly probably would have backed out just because of being gone so long. And my dad says, when we going to California and out to Oregon? I said, you really want to go? And he said, yeah. And I said, I guess we're going. So that's what happened. If Dad wants to go, we're going. So it's going to be an exciting trip. I told my dad, I said, I don't care what happens. I said, if we point towards Oregon and we end up in Montana, who cares? You know, I said, let's just go have fun. Wherever we end up, we end up. So we're not really, we have a general outline of places we're going. And like I said, I got the mobile Starlink now, so I'll be able to take you guys along the whole time. In fact, heck, I might even do some lives from glass buttes. Who knows? I know. All right. This one is a piece of Brazilian agate. That's not going to nap. I don't know. I've chipped on it at some point, but this thing's been sitting here for probably 2-3 years. At least a couple years. Looks like it's probably okay, maybe. We also got a bunch more Polkadot agate cooking right now. If you missed out on that, there'll be a little bit more coming. And Polkadot agate is one of the rocks I'll be picking up. I'll be purchasing from somebody out west who has a little bit of it, so hopefully that'll work out. A whatnot. Let's see. Let me read this a little bit here. Yep, hit that like and subscribe. Thank you, Brennan. Hey, Doctenstein, how you doing? You know, Brennan, I just now seen that whatnot. There's a guy that was selling. He did like Facebook Lives for a while, and it's something oddities is what it is. And he's got all kinds of stuff. He has artifacts on there, but he also has like megalodon teeth. His cousin or someone dies for him, and he gets them and he cleans them up and then sells them on there. And they're usually, generally, fairly reasonable. You know, I mean, as far as megalodon teeth go. And I've got a couple of them. I waited for good deals and got them. But he's on that whatnot now. And I downloaded the app, but I haven't actually got on it. And he said it really streamlines his shipping and stuff like that. So that's a possibility. That maybe, I don't know about selling material while we're there. Probably just after we get back, because that might take up too much of our limited rock hounding time. Just 3 weeks seems like a lot. But when you're talking about, well, it's like 1,800 miles to the soapstone in California, and then I mean we're gonna drive probably 5,000 miles before this thing's all over. So it's a long trip, but it's a lot of traveling, and it'll still, even though it's going to be 3 weeks, it'll seem like it goes by extremely quick. Hey, Buck Chaser, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, let's get past my greeting. I played a song. I didn't know how to. It's a live stream meets an auction. Yeah, it is, Brennan. And I watched part of his show on that whatnot or whatever it is. Is that a new service that they're doing? Because it seems like it's a pretty neat service. If I can find the name of that guy's outfit, I'll flash it up on. Well, I'll put it in a video somewhere. I don't know. I can't add it in here, I guess. I honestly don't know what I can do with whatnot is dangerous for me. You know what? I should probably stay away from it because it would probably be dangerous for me too. Yeah, for sure. A guy could get carried away with that in a hurry. It's like the, what was it, the Home Shopping Network, but for cool stuff. At least the one guy's Whatnot channel is. It's amazing the stuff you can buy. You can buy anything that you want. You want a giraffe femur? You can go on the internet and buy one. You want a mastodon leg bone? You can go on the internet and find one. You want a megalodon tooth? You can buy one. There's nothing that you can't get anymore. By the click of the mouse. Sorry about that. That was a leatherwork customer calling. Oh, it's really just starting to gain traction. I think it's going to go, though. I mean, I really do. There's a lot of people talking about it, and it seems like a good platform. And like what my friend was saying is that over trying to do it on Facebook, like a Facebook Live auction kind of thing like that, it just streamlines the shipping, kind of like a regular website, you know, where like my website, I go on there, and when you guys put an address, there's nothing to change. I just hit the button, it puts the address in automatically and prints the shipping label, and the way it goes, so it cuts out any operator error there. And that's what that Whatnot does, which is what he needed, because he said he would have an auction twice a week, and he would spend the rest of the week, the entire time, for endless hours just shipping stuff and all that kind of stuff, because it just wasn't efficient like that doing it on Facebook. So he said he actually has a life now because of that app. Well, let's see here. Ralph had a huge chunk of Brazilian agate. It's what I nap for hunting points. It's extremely sharp. I mean, very, very sharp, Ralph. I mean, it is incredibly sharp. And beautiful. Brazilian agate may be another thing that I might pick up some of out there. The guy also has some of that, so. And a couple other very exotic, beautiful materials. This could probably use a little bit more heat. It'll nap, but it'll probably go in with that next batch just to slick it up just a little bit more. Hopefully I'm standing frame okay. I think I am. You haven't napped any Brazilian agate yet, Brennan? We're gonna have to remedy that. That's looking pretty good. We'll leave that one there. Let's see. There's a big chunk of, I don't know how great a, do I want to nap that, or it's got some, let's see here. This might be too big to nap on the live stream because of where my camera's at. I could use my hammer on this. I don't have it laying right here, so I guess I won't. I wish I had it though, because I need a hammer for that one. It's just too big a spalt. Oh, the Brazilian agate is going to be coming in percussion. There will be percussion as a Brazilian agate. I've had it in the past. And Brendan, I'll make sure you get something a piece to nap. This piece, like I just did, they're end cuts and things like that, or cuts that are cut on a slant when you reposition a rock or something like that, you know. And so I have percussion Brazilian agate on occasion, and if everything works out, we will be having some more percussion Brazilian agate slabs soon. I'll tell you what else that we're cutting right now. It won't be for percussion, but we are cutting a bunch of amethyst sage, agate. What else we cutting? Palm wood, cutting a bunch of palm wood, so that's going to be coming. Palm wood seems to be harder and harder to find. Oh no, Clint, you're having a hip replacement. Well, you probably feel better though. Yeah, when I get back, let's do that, bud. Let's do that. As soon as I get back, I'll get with you and we'll get together and do some napping. That sounds good. And I need to talk to you about, actually, Clint, after, well, I'll send you a message. I got some stuff I want to talk to you about anyways. No problem, Brennan. I'll hook you up. Dang, I crushed the heck out of that. I should have brought my hammer over here, I guess. It's just not enough weight for this. I'm gonna wait for my hammer for that one. Just tearing it up. This one, I'm not sure I want to nap this. This might be better to slice, possibly. Boy, ain't that a clunker. It's pink Novaculite, and that stuff is, it probably don't show up pink on the camera, but it's very pink. That thing was falling off. Oh no, crash. What happened? Hold on a minute. I should have repaired that earlier, and I did not. And I don't have another one, and I don't have my hammer here. Let's try this one. Flake. Crack. Ain't much in that one. I should have went ahead and slabbed that one, I guess. What else do I got here? What is this? Whatever it is, it's got a lot of bad stuff in it. I actually think this is Oklahoma rock. I think it's got quartz crystals and fractures and everything else in it. I'm not sure if this is a piece of Burlington. I'm not sure what this is. Crystal pocket. I gotta get this whole bottom layer off because it's a mess. Let's see what we got here. Brendan's trying to pick up as many end cuts and slabs, chunks, rainbow obsidian I can get. I didn't think I'd love the feel of higher grade obsidian as much as I do. It's fantastic stuff. This is a piece of Utah obsidian that I chipped on the other day, and it was excellent. Excellent material. It's the only piece I had. Someone had sent that to me. This may not be any good all the way through. It's just not very good. This is all material out of my, it's got issues, got a biface pile. I got hundreds of pounds of it. Hundreds to go through. I told Jaden I'm going to wait on that one. I actually think it'll benefit from a little bit more heat, would probably fix that. So it'll go into more heat pile. Piece of Novaculite here. This was I'm sure a percussion slab or something that had a crack and the end popped off, and I got to keep the end. Cutting some, I had this great big piece of Belton that's going to make 17-inch percussion slabs. Man, I got into that thing, cut the two ends off it so we could, so big couldn't get in saw, so I had to cut the two ends off of it. We get it in the saw, and then the first 3 cuts have got fractures running through them that you could not see from the outside. So I was like, bummer. So, I mean, they're still usable. It broke into pieces bigger than this. And I'll biface them and sell them in the bifaces. I was just dying. See where that was? I was just dying to get some of those big, I was hoping the whole thing would be solid, but I still got hope that there's still 3 or 4 big percussion slabs in that thing. I really, really want to take some time, focus on making blades. I mean, I can take the blade and make it into a blade, but I can't get it a big blade. I'm talking about like 15 to 17 inches, or 15 to 20 inches, or even bigger. I can get them into a blade, but they're not as refined as I would like them to be. Like, you know, I mean, I know Jim Redfern has 50 years experience, and I'm never going to get on that level, but I started too late. But, man, that blade he made me was just incredible. If I could make those blades, that might be all I ever made. Just make big blades all the time because they're so much fun. But anyways, Clint Evans told me he wanted to make another big blade. Oh man, I lost. I got way out of the. In Brady, Jim, are you going to Brady? Are you going down to the Napping in Brady, Texas? That'd be cool. I'm hoping to make it back in time to make it to Brady. And that would be awesome if we got to meet down there. I'm looking forward to meeting Sal too. Never got to meet Sal. And we don't really live that far from each other. I don't think. Well, by not far, I mean he's probably like 6 hours again. That's awesome, Jim. I hope I get to go and meet you there. It's either the weekend before or the weekend after is Niblett's Bluff. And that's a good nap in also. And I know Jim Redfern will be there. Well, at least they're planning on it. Not at Brady, but at the Niblett's Bluff, which is down there in that same neck of the woods. So if you're in the area for that, you might want to just stick around, do some camping, and Mr. Jim, you only live 4 hours from Brady. I didn't realize that, I guess. I did not realize that. I'm hoping to be there, so we'll see. 9th to the 12th. Yep. All those guys down there, I got to go nap with a bunch of guys from down there. What else we got here? The further I get down the pile, the more challenging they're looking. Yep. Let's see, what is this? That might be Georgetown, actually. Okay, all right. I know where you're at now. That's not Georgetown, that is. Maybe it is. I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. It's been sitting down as Georgetown, I think. It's been sitting down on the bottom of that barrel for so long. What happens is I got these feed tubs, like the 250-pound cattle feed tubs. And that's what a lot of my rocks in. That's what this gets stored in. And I work on making them bifaces. The bifaces that are on the website all the time are these same ones that you see me on here picking through. And the bucket, so I'll work it down. You know, I might work a 5-gallon bucket or two out of it, and then I just dump more on top of it. So the stuff in the bottom never gets anything done to it. And that's where this piece was. I separated it into 2 buckets, and I'm going to work my best to get through this. And get them on the website. Jaden's chomping at the bit to get some more preforms cut. He is a cut machine, I'll tell you what. Hey Keith, I'm glad you like the flute, buddy. Yeah, Water Creek's a weekend after Niblett's. I'd love to make it to that one as well. We'll see. I don't know exactly how things are going to fall, because this is a long trip I'm going on, and I'm not retired, so still got a few more years for that. Mr. Buck Chaser, are you about ready to yeah, it's a busy spring for sure. I don't know if I'd want to go to Sac River or Water Creek. I don't know which one. I'd love to go to both, but I know I won't be able to go to all of them. Buck Chaser's my one of my Flintnapper mentors, and I guess Flintnapping and crappie fishing. He's really good at both. Yep, so lots of new material coming and adventures, and this trip out west ought to be a lot of fun. We're still researching, figuring out where all we're going to go. My wife is... I really wish my wife could go. Okay, so buck chasers planning to be at Water Creek, Niblets, and Sac River. Sac River are up in there. Niblets, Sac River are up in there. But Water Creek for sure, I guess. Man, you're going turkey hunting in Kansas? That's a long haul for a bird. But it's going to be fun, though. What's crazy is that you have to draw for a turkey tag in Kansas. Who would have ever thought that hunting would come to the point where it's almost all draw tags and point systems, and you even have to draw a tag for a turkey? Who would have ever thought hunting would come to that? I wouldn't have. I don't know, some of you might know Rodney York. He's been on a lot of the hunting channels and stuff like that. I think he also has a YouTube channel. Maybe I can pop it up. He's a bow hunter and one of the best bow hunters I've ever known in my life. He's just an incredible bow hunter. And he used to shoot for Hoyt, I mean years ago, long time ago. And anyways, he shoots for Black Widow now, I think, and has for years and years and years. Shoots all traditional. But he's an incredible archer. He used to write articles and things for magazines. But anyways, he's pretty neat. Pretty neat guy. He's got a pretty neat channel. And let's see what else we got here. Well, we got this chunk of obsidian. I just don't have my big bopper now. But it's obsidian, so this ought to be okay once we get all this cracked stuff off. Yeah, I can't believe you got to draw for a turkey tag. Yeah, Colorado. That's what my son said. He started hunting Colorado, and now it's all place he hunted is all drawing. You never know if you're going to get it drawn or not. I really haven't hunted much since I had my surgery. I don't know what happened. I just used to be a very avid hunter. I hunted all over the country. Spent a lot of time in the woods. I actually used to guide bear hunts. I used to catch mountain lions for the state trapper. A million years ago, seems like. Well, we've been going at it almost an hour here. Probably finish up a couple more. I see a crusty piece of coral there. Maybe we'll tap on it. I don't know if anything actually come out of it or not.